All right, all right. All right. Welcome to the Poets House Live. I'm Miss Tanya, and I've got an event here for you this evening. I got someone real special. Real special. You know, I want to do something special for you. This is like one of the off Tuesdays. We typically do this, or I have been doing this on the last Tuesday of the month. But you know, there's just so many great poets out here. There's so much going on the scenes that you guys really don't know about. And I've got to let you know. I got to let you know. And this evening, we have none other than Bugsy Calhoun. Bugsy is a poet, an MC, activist, an event planner, slam master of Columbia Slam Team, the Tribe Slam Team. He's a founding member of the Unusual Suspects poetry troupe and a member of Black on Black Rhyme. He has released six spoken word hip hop projects, all available on Bootcamp. So you need to go and you need to go check that out. He loves working with kids and he loves serving the community. And I got to bring him in here. I got to let you know who I'm talking about. How you doing, Bugsy?
Blessings, it's your boy Bugsy Calhoun.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, I'm so glad that we finally got to make this thing happen. You know, we bumped into each other more than a few times, and we were kind of talking a bit before the show. I probably logged on just a few seconds late if some people were wondering, but we in here. How you been, man? Happy New Year.
And I'm good. I'm blessed. First of all, thank you for letting me come onto your platform. And overall, I'm blessed. Life is life, and but at the same time, we still getting up every day because we're allowed to,
Yeah,
and we make the best of the 24 hours in the day that we have. So, we can't save the world. I can't save the world every day, but I'm gonna try to. I'm try to
man.
put my work in to make some things change around.
I feel you. I
Yeah.
feel you. I mean, you know, we've had like, or for me, I don't know, like Columbia. You know, you guys got a lot of things going on here. I'm here in Flowtown. I'm in Florence. But the past few years, really up until last year, the scenes got a little, shaken up, but it was because of the whole world. But what I want to ask you is, how do you feel like the poetry scenes are rebounding right now? What's going on in your area, and how do you feel like the comeback is going?
Sometimes, sometimes around slow, sometimes around quick. Sometimes it's thriving. We have a lot of artists that's coming out and performing at some events, and then sometimes we hardly have any. But a lot of those times when we have very few, the quantity, the quality overrides the quantity. Um, I've been feeling like this for a long time. I've been feeling like I've been begging people to come to see what the enlightenment and the beauty of what it is that I have in poetry for a long time. And I mean, we're a little bit far removed from the pandemic, so we started our open mic at the jam session in the middle of the pandemic. Like when everything shut down, we started going, and we was on Instagram and Facebook at first, and
Right.
people started gradually coming in, and we just made provisions, making sure that we wiped our microphone down and people wore masks and social distance the best as we could when that situation was occurring. And then as time proceeded on, we've had some big turnouts, and we've had some small ones. But
Hmm.
in the midst of all of those things, we try to remain consistent, and
Right.
that's just us, just remaining consistent on our end, regardless. And just at the end of the day, I had to remember, what am I doing it for? Who am I doing it for? Am I doing it for because I want a room full of people to come get these words and come get this work, or do I want to put on something when someone decides they're going to come? They're going to be cultivated, educated, inspired, and entertained.
Hmm.
So I think it's hit or miss sometimes, depending on the venues or the events. But we have a strong culture of poets here, in the Carolinas and the surrounding areas, and just trying to build it up
Yeah,
so
man.
people will know where to go. You know what I'm saying? Like all artists are welcome
I
with the
get it.
poetry family.
I get it, because like I said, we couldn't help it. Like the whole world was shut down for a while. And oftentimes, I get a lot of people, and I know this probably happens to you a lot as well. They're like, oh, y'all still having those poetry events? You still having those
Mhm.
poetry and open mic shows? Like, when you gonna have another one? Man, how
Yeah,
do you
oh,
people always asking that?
that right there, that grinds my gears.
Ooh,
When you gonna have another one? When you gonna have another one? I had another one today. I had
thank you.
another one just now. So you just missed your another one by asking me the crazy question about the day. I don't know, man. Like it really bothers me sometimes when I see some people they ask and they be asking and then they say let me know.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I'm gonna speak a little bit on that.
Happen to me.
It gets crazy because
Yeah.
they ask you as if they were at the last one or if they were at one. Like, come on. I often find that being here in South Carolina and us being in, well, me in particular, being in a smaller city than yours, I found myself having to kind of teach the people how to appreciate the poetry, how to appreciate and how to support the poets. So for me, more than hosting an event and like making sure that the artists are there and all of the things that go on that we have to do, I often found myself having to, teach people how to receive it. Do you find that a lot yourself? You still hear me? All right. I think he might not be hearing me a little bit here. So what I will do is I'll go ahead and I see we got some people in the building. We got Keep the Faithful Tori in the house. You said, hi, how you doing, Tori? Good. I'm glad you're in here with us, joining us. We got, oh, Fox. All right. We got Fox in the building. Amari Fox is in the house. Bugs is the hub right now. Oh, yeah, he is for sure. Most definitely he is. And he also says, you know, most unified and supportive I've seen in 25 years. You know, you hear your people out here, Bugs? Unmute yourself, man. All right. You there? Bugsy, can you hear me? Yeah, we having a few technical difficulties. A few technical difficulties. Can you hear me? Can you hear me,
I don't
man?
know. Like you buffering a little bit. I don't know if that's me. Should
I
be me because I just pulled up to my Wi-Fi, so my
I
connection should
hear
be
you now.
even
I hear you
stronger.
now. Can you
I
hear
don't
me?
know. I'm gonna be patient and wait. I'm gonna wait on you, Tom.
I hear you, but it seems like you're not hearing me. All right, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. I see I've got another
There we
artist.
go.
You hear me?
I hear you.
All right. We had a few technical difficulties, and I tell people, I do this. I'm like, listen, there's nothing we can do about the internet. Sometimes it
Mm.
buffs, sometimes, you see it happen all the time. So yeah, I'm glad we got you back in here. We had a few people who were shouting you out. We got Amari Fox in the house with us. He's like, Bugs is the hub right now. He said, you're the most unified and supportive that he's seen in 25 years, So man, shout out to Amari Fox. All right. But what I was saying is that I often find that not only do you have to be supportive with the artists and with the poets, but you kind of have to be that way with the poet lovers, the people who are coming in to support that art. I find like we kind of have to teach them how to receive and appreciate and support the poetry. Do you find that to be the case? And I think I lost him again, guys. I lost him again. I tell you what, I see dope female in the back there. Dope female, can you hear me? Unmute yourself.
Good evening. How are you?
I am well. What's going on with you?
Nothing much. Just enjoying the feature. Just enjoying the conversation.
All right. Well, I'm glad you are enjoying the conversation. Do you do poetry?
I do.
Where are you out of?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'm trying, sometimes Bugsy, you back in the building with us?
Yep,
All right. Cool, cool, cool,
I'm
cool,
back.
cool. I'm glad you are. All right, we got dope female here. So she right here supporting us. She's out in Atlanta. But did you hear when I was telling you about Amari Fox? He giving you your flowers out there. And besides that, I also wanted to let you know that I was asking this question. So hopefully, you can answer this one. This is third time, so maybe it's the charm. But when we're hosting these events, like, it's like we're supporting the artists, we're making all of these different things happen. And you can talk about all of the things that it takes to host a show because you can explain that very well. But I also find that we have to teach the audience, the poet lovers, the community, how to accept and receive and support the art. What is your thought on that?
Accepting and receiving the art.
Yeah, it's like you got to teach them how
Well,
to
okay. So here's the thing. When I came to your event, right?
right,
If you're doing a show and people are coming for your show, those people should already know that this is what we're coming for. Now we can break down and give them the understanding of what the parameters is going to be happening in the midst of this show. Like say it's a slam or it's an open mic or it's a showcase or whatever the case may be. And we'll be like, cell phones on vibrate. These are the exits. Make sure number one rule is have a good time. Always respect the mic. But at the end of the day, what I'm not going to do is go back and forth with the audience. Like either you here to hear us, or you gonna get up on this microphone and do this. And I'm gonna put it out there. I mean, sometimes you gotta get a little gangster with the audience, just so you'll let them understand and know, like this this is not a cliche saying from Erica Badu. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. It takes a lot for an artist to memorize, have the courage to get on stage, open up their mouth and express themselves in a manner which people will be receptive to listening to these words that they wrote.
right.
So why would you come to an event and then you're coming for the purpose of having and carrying on your own conversation? Now, see, here it is. Here's the thing that comes along with that is when you have events when the show is a captive audience show where these people are they're all coming for the show. Now, when you have it in a space where it's a bar and these people or some bars, because you can have a whole bar and everyone's there for the poetry show, but you can have some of these spaces where people who have came and they come in and they ain't even come for the poetry. They came because they came out. They don't care about nothing and what you got going on. So me, when I try to do events, I try to do things like if I did it at Hookah After Dark, shout out to them. Or if I do it at the Bistro, shout out to them. Or the House of Hathor. Those people who are coming, they're coming for our show. They're
Mhm.
not coming for the purpose of anything else but what we're doing. So when we lay down the ground rules in the beginning of the show, this is what it is. If you got to carry on a conversation, you need to get on the phone, then go to the door, go to the restroom, go to a common area that you're not disturbing our show. Don't carry on loud. Don't be louder than the people that's on the stage. I mean, right, and that's the way it should always. Who had the best verse of self destruction? For me, it's D Nice,
Mhm.
right? For me, it's D Nice. People were saying whoever they said, but I don't really do the whole your opinion's not valid because mine is. But when I give you the reason why D Nice's version or his verse was the best is because D Nice not only did the beat to self destruction, he wrote a verse that was prophetic that speaks on hip hop today.
Respect.
He said society wants to invade. Do not walk this path that they laid. He's talking about where we at right now, where hip hop is influencing young folk at an all time high, and there's nothing to give off balance of something else. So all people see is the foolishness. They don't see anything else. They're not getting anything else. And D Nice wrote that in the verse.
Right.
So yeah, I
You
love
know,
MC Light's verse, but I had to take something away from MC Light, not take away from her as a MC, but LL Cool J wrote the verse
I
for
didn't know
MC
that.
Light.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, he said it
The-
in the interview.
I
The
mean, she
funky
put
fresh dress to impress, ready to party, money in
right.
your pocket, dying to move your body. So, but see, not only that, see, he said from what I when the story goes, Def Jam didn't want him, and he said he had a record out on a long time, and he
Mhm.
said that wouldn't be the first record that he wanted you to hear. Now, the thing that I would have loved about LL Cool J being on that song is because he was beefing with Kumo D all those years.
Ooh,
What it shows solidarity and
yeah.
really saying that we ain't about the violence is
Mhm.
if Kumo D's on the record and LL Cool J's on the same record. Come on,
We're-
son.
Yeah.
I almost got robbed for that record, mind you. Like, I have a self-destruction bucket list. So when
Wa-
someone says self-destruction to me, it means more to me than most people. I
Wow.
literally had to fight somebody who was trying to rip that record out of my hand. The vinyl.
Wow. The record.
And I didn't know irony. I didn't know irony when I was in the fourth grade, but so I bought my records.
Right.
And I was on my way to my mother's shop, which is right across the street from my junior high school, which is right across the street from the block I grew up on. And the dude was like, "Oh, yo, you got the let me see. The let me see move." And then tried to snatch the record out of my hand. I said, I would rather break this record in half than allow you to take this record. And
Right.
the lyrics was already in the back. So I already knew the song by heart. I still know the song by heart right now.
And you were in the fourth grade, so you were what, 9, 10 years old? Is that what fourth graders are?
Yeah, I was 10 in the fifth, 9 in the fourth.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Let me
Time to
tell you.
stand together in unity. If not, then we'll be soon to be self-destroyed, unemployed. D-rap race will be lost without a trace. All crews like what to do is like stop the violence and kick the science. Down the road where we call eternity, where knowledge is born and you learn to be self-sufficient, independent, to teach the each is what rap intended. But society wants to invade. Do not walk this path that they laid. I can literally when I
Please,
met Daddy O, listen, I met Daddy O, not to cut you off, I apologize.
no,
I
you go
met
back.
Daddy O and I opened for him in KRS-One at Love Peace and Hip Hop
Oh,
down
wow.
here in Columbia.
Okay.
I met Daddy O, I can recite his verse with Wise verbatim without having to go through the song. I can recite KRS-One's, MC Delights, Miss Melodies, uh Dougie Fresh, Just Ice, Heavy D's, Fruit Quans. Like, and this ain't the order that they're in, but yeah, I can.
Okay, so you can hum the beat as well.
Yeah, man, look, we all agreed tonight. All of us agreed that America's got a serious problem. America's serious problem. It's so listen. It means so much to me because that's when hip hop was. That's when rap was the hip hop movement and rap artists was actually speaking to the consciousness of young folks. I was
Absolutely.
greeting people as God when I was a child, and I didn't realize what I was saying. I just said it because it was a saying. It's like calling somebody son coming from Brooklyn. So when I
Right.
say peace, God, I know what the meaning of it is now because I studied.
Respect.
But when I was a youngster, when I used to say it, I said it because I heard the music. I heard
Right.
Poor Righteous Teachers, Brand Nubians, X Clan, Public Enemy, BDP, All of them, the native tongues, anybody that had Rakim,
Mhm.
Kane, anybody that had knowledge of self and knew about who we are as black people. When we wore medallions with lions on it, when we used to rock African print, when we had pride to be who we are, when we was striving to learn about Marcus Garvey and Kwame Ture
Mhm.
and Dr. King and all. And see, my thing is when I speak on Dr. King, I speak on Ralph David Abernathy, I speak on Fred Shuttlesworth, I speak on Bayard Rustin. You know what I'm saying? I speak on all of those brothers, Andrew Young, Jesse Jackson, everybody that put the battery in Malcolm and Martin's back to make
It's-
him be who he was.
Okay,
Medgar Evers.
respect. That just, we got like a lot of comments coming through. We got Fox in the
Oh, God.
building, Murray Fox in the building. And he's saying that the dope thing bugs really started popping in the group pics and the tree Facebook thread. All right. And he
Yeah.
also says, like, as an OG, he wants to see more young cats collaborating and take things to Sonny Patterson levels. My generation's deaf poetry was the end of it. Now with social media and other opportunities, the iron is hot. And he brings up a very valid point because we have so many tools right now that, when we start collaborating and like you say, everybody support and putting those batteries, in each other's back. There was another comment here that we have. Saru says, tuned in and glad.
Outside Jules.
Is that Saw Jules? I'm sorry, Jules. Glad that they tuned in. Glad to hear the conversation. So we've got some people and some comments that have been coming through. But everything that you're saying is definitely, it's true. And I feel like just hearing like some of these conversations, like I wanted to do this as a way of like poets talk. We do more than what a lot of people know out here in this community. Like how I introduce you, the average poet is definitely out here as an activist. Now, a little bit before the actual broadcast, before we went live, we were talking about the, the fact that, there's poetry in almost everything. Poetry in the way
It
a show
is.
is put together. I
It
spoke
is.
about being a poet in terms of being behind the camera. It allows me a different, a different way of telling a story. But go ahead and expound a little bit on the conversation we were
I
having.
mean, okay, so we talking about Amari, we talking about Side Jules, we talking about Tanya, we talking about myself, right? So you talking about being poets. In terms of dope spit. Don't Spit is poetry. Jules is doing something up there in Augusta where she's giving opportunity and stages to these artists. She's not only doing that, she's compensating the artists for their time and their talent. And between the artist that comes up, open mic feature or whoever, she is masterfully making sure that the audience feel like they're a part of it. Also going back and forth with the banter of her DJ, always being humorous, always being witty, always being on point, not dragging it out, and you're having a good total time. You got Amari who just do these barbershop talks just recently that I've attended a few of them, and it's beautiful to see people come together and actually have conversation and try to see what we can do to move the needle forward.
Mhm.
And not only that, incorporate poetry.
Right.
Poetry is available everywhere, but even the act of creating an event such as the shows that we are creating is poetry in itself. You know, when a poetry night goes well and it's like one poet's passing the verbal microphone baton to the next one and then to the next one and to the
Right.
next one, and it's like it's a ascension, and you feel like like you should be here, like, oh my god, this is why we get into our feelings when it comes to the whole tell me when it's the next one, because it's an artistry and finding the right features, finding the right venue, having the right mindset to facilitate and administrate when it comes to putting these events together. It's poetry in itself. You talking about media, you talking about having the right equipment, having the right mindset, having the knowledge to put it together. Scenery is always important. I'm a low key photographer. I went to school for mass communications, so knowing backdrops, knowing scenes, knowing like you see the way your kitchen is set up behind you. It's a
Mhm.
very inviting, and you could have did a whole black tarp behind you. You could have did it anywhere, but
Mhm.
you chose that area to do your conversation,
Because we in
and all
we
of that is poetry in itself. Any type of artistry that you do, when you're scribing and manifesting the thoughts from your mind, it is poetry in itself.
Mhm.
So it just like as I explained to somebody, it takes a lot out of an artist who's putting on these events. Like sometimes your actual art suffers. So
Yeah.
like me, I write in spurts and bursts. It comes when it comes, and I make sure that I try not to miss the opportunity when the words come to me. But I'm literally my me and my wife is going to plan out 4 shows this year, 4 major shows, not including the 12 for the jam session. But we're gonna where we doing them, who we're doing it for, why we doing it, who we getting to come and collaborate with us. All of those things play a part in it.
Right.
It's a
I got
beautiful thing.
all right, man. I mean, we're talking about poetry. You feel like you want to share a little piece? You got something that you might want to share with the people?
Um, yeah, I can do a piece that I have committed to memory.
All right. All right.
Uh,
We'll go ahead and let the mic be open. Anybody who is listening, go ahead and make sure that you hit the like button. Make sure that you hit subscribe. We want to keep bringing this to you. So show us that you like it. Show us that. And any poet out there who might want to get on the mic next, the mic is open. So hit me up in the comment and I'll get the link to you. All right. The mic is yours, Bugsy Calhoun.
you know what? I say it like this. I'm speaking inspiration. Today I'm speaking motivation. Today I'm speaking the confines of my heart. From me to you on these airwaves, these are the epitaph and the epilogues of the words that I'm leaving behind when there's no more words to be spoken. These are conversations broken, like when I had conversations with Tavis. These are those days when you can look back at this and you can see me and you can see the passion that exudes off of me and beams from me and jumps out of my skin and my pores, and you can feel it and remember what your responsibility is when you say you pick up this pen and you say you get on this stage and you say that you're going to say these words to those people to inspire. When you say you want to lead a nation of millions and you won't be held back, you won't be stopped, you won't be pigeonholed, you won't be compared to the next one because it's only you and there's no competition. You are uniquely yourself, made by God. These are the words in the confines of my heart that I express. This is poetry. This is a freestyle coming off the dome, so you'll know that I am in tune with the creator who created me to do great things. Why? Because I could have died so many times and met my demise. I remember seeing my mom's tears in her eyes and the joy she said when she said, "One day you're going to be great. Well, but all things, be a great dad." And these are the words that I'm leaving behind. So my son Ali, who is the greatest to me, the greatest creation, the greatest poem that I've ever created, will be able to look back on this and say that his father loved him more than words himself. I just want to say thank you, Tanya, for the creation of this platform. Tanya, the name of my sister. Tanya, the name of my blood family sister. Tanya, the name of my cousin. You don't even know how many Tanyas are in my life where we are connected by words like blood, this moment, this stage, this poem, this medium. I just want to say gratitude and thank you. And that's that piece.
Man, always, always you put something nice on them. I love so much of that. But what really touched me is when I heard you say that your son was the greatest piece of poetry that you created. Yo, come on, father. Come
Anthony
on.
Ali Washington, he just turned 21. I love all my kids. I birthed one. There's
Mhm.
one child that's in my life that I asked God for, and
Right.
God gave me my son
Really. All
after
right.
my brother was murdered.
Woo. Okay. Tiffany Brown is giving you a whole lot of snaps. How you doing, Tiffany? Glad to have you in the house with us. All right, all right. I tell you what, I'm gonna keep the mic open a little bit. I'm gonna let somebody come in. I see I got somebody already who wants to come in, Bug. So we're gonna let them do a little piece. All
Let's
right. You all
go.
right?
Let's go. Let's get it.
All right. Come on in here. Get on in here, dope female. How you feeling?
I'm,
All right. You got a little something you want to share with us? Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you at?
I'm located in Atlanta, Georgia. I am the dope female poet. I am a spoken word artist and a motivational speaker as well as a football coach.
Oh, wow. You coaching football, lady?
Absolutely.
Come on with your bad self.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. So you down there in Georgia
Atlanta.
Blue territory.
Atlanta. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dope, dope scene out there. All right. Well, come on with it. Give the people a little bit of what you got.
Is a little cursing allowed or is no cursing at all?
Well, when you say a little, I'm going to
It's
believe you.
okay. It's a little.
All right. Come on.
You see, I was born by a river in a little tent. And just like that river, I possess the symbols of endlessness, geographical awareness, depths as deep as the flawless sea. You see, I am a stable mind that's constantly creating currents of chaotic confusion while conquering the traumas caused by the critiques of consistent envy. I am that bold, bright, blazing, beautiful black chick hell. Call me Sarah Bartman thick, and my lips and hips are designed to make and break all your shit. I am the thought before you think it, baby. I'm the pen, the paper, and the black ink. I am your author, your editor, and the first one to support your shit. Remember, baby, I wrote this shit. Sit 10 toes down and deep with you in your shit, from your ass to your nose. Hell, I was the Sharmas and wiped your shit. And that liquid gold, baby, I milked this shit. Make no mistakes about it. I'm gonna make this look easy, chick. I am the pan and the cake from the plate that your ass ate, but I ain't your mama, huh? Well, I'm somebody's mama. And I'd be damned if I let you take my peace of mind, because this here piece is mine, because my worth is priceless. And I may not have graduated from college, but you can damn sure call me that street knowledge, because I can change from sense from your hands to mine. Multiply, divide, and increase your shit by 3 times, because baby, I'm dope. And like the rose that rose from the concrete beneath your feet on constant repeat of empty echoes, exposing the woes that I no longer want to hold, but I'm going to do it for you. Because to deny me is to deny you. You see, I be that cocaine rich, 100% authentic chick, grade A, type O blood that trickles history into your DNA. I am that Henrietta Lacks chick, covered in cracked backs and tattooed scars of sacrifice chick, and you claim that you came into this world alone. Well, I guess 10 months in my womb, and you never considered this house your home, baby. I built this foundation, this stage, and this throne. And the only reason why I'm queen of the jungle is because I don't make it my home. You see, I am your Georgia power. Baby, I'm your built-in PhD, graduated magna cum laude of Life University. I am your educator, your peacemaker, your navigator, and your motivator. And when the trials and tribulations of life nearly got the best of me, baby, you see, it was you that I thought about, and I earned my motherly degree. You see, you owe your life to me. You are quick to point the finger when life offers you a slice of humility, knocking you on your ass. And rather than you taking a back seat, you want to blame all that on me. But baby, I am your safety. I'm your loyalty. I'm going to hold your ass down like gravity, willing to sacrifice every bit of me before death finds you at 23. You see, I'm the oxygen that you breathe. I'm your lawyer, your voice, your jury, and your transporter. And when tears pour from your eyes, baby, you better believe it's gonna be Shaq G to be the judge to restore order, because I'm your justice. Baby, I'm gonna fight for you. I'll even take shots to you. I'll lose sleep for you, baby. I will die for you because I'm your protector. I won't lie to you and I'll never deny you. I'll shed tears for you and I pray for you because I'm your comforter. I'll break bread with you. My heart will always be here for you and I'm going to love, honor, and respect you. You see, this is my promise to you. But the one thing I will not do is to continue to be denied by you. Because, baby, I'm your mama. Paul.
That's
Woo!
that piece.
Mama,
Book, 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 book.
mama.
Dope,
Yes, ma'am. Now that's my kind of cussing.
Yeah.
dope.
Definitely. Bugsy. I
Yo,
didn't know what
yo,
I didn't know what she was gonna do when she said, she do a little bit of cussing, but huh.
that's all right. I like that spit. Yeah,
Uh,
that was right. That was right on time.
all right, we got to bring Fox up into the building. What's up, Fox? Unmute yourself.
Microphone check. 1, 2. What is this?
This
The
is the
5 foot
Bullets
assassin
House
with the watch
Live.
make business.
What's good, Bugs?
Peace up for peace, Maury. How are you, brother?
I'm good. Glad to see you, man. I had to tune in and check the God out, man.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I'm glad that I got the opportunity to get on the platform.
No doubt. No doubt.
All right, Fox, you got a little something you want to share with the people, or you just want to come in here with a Dark Vader
Yeah.
voice?
Something I'm trying to work. I don't got my cadence down, but I try it out here.
Go ahead,
Um,
make it do what it
yeah.
does.
All right. It's called Old School. Small boy once asked, "When will I grow up? When will I see what grown-ups do see? Black don't crack. Shorter lifespan, higher blood pressure, and infant mortality rates. What gang? You mean the blue zone with the health store, the hoity-toity supermarket, and doctors and lawyers on every corner with banks and best schools in between? Black don't crack. Ask Oliver North about how he cracked the code to fund the Contras. Black kids in special ed. I'm your idol, your highest title, loan. Alphabet boys jump out on dope boys in communities where our alphabet friends can't even be fruity. Why? No supermarkets, just drug markets and food deserts that burn holes in our nutrition with red dots and dollar stores. Is that sugar honey iced tea even really supporting local? Can't you see like total? See what you do to me. We got all the chicken heads and diabetic amputees from Pasadena to Medina. What gang? You mean the Red Line neighborhood with the projects, the Title I schools, and the historic neighborhoods getting cash for their homes because they can't pay the taxes? More Air Jordans than air property, more lives lost without insurance, and more suburbs creating generational wealth through insurance policies. Can I get an amen and Christian mingle? Well, single moms are always tired but can't get a vacation. But they can get, I don't know, gentrification, red line, blue zones, white flight stars and bars. Just the American way. Don't call it a comeback. There's a beer garden next to the unattended community garden for a reason. Something's brewing in the people like Miles bitches brew. Ain't no telling what he brews, whatever. Their weakness was turned to strength. They became strong in battle and put fear in whole armies. Hebrews 11. The war on black peoples is right here. So before I stand for Palestine, I got to make sure I'm not sitting down on the job in the projects. My mama feared for my life like, I don't know, a cop chasing, scared but in pursuit of an unarmed black man fleeing until he runs out of breath. Because smoking will kill you, but selling Lucy's will get you murdered. I can't breathe. Generational curses gone to trauma is passed down from father to daughter. Erica Garner is dead. What goes around? They double down. That ain't karma. That choice is evil on purpose. They say slavery was like forever ago, like the Jewish occupation of Palestine. Y'all people need to move on. No, not Israel. We talking about you, the black people. Pull yourselves up by the bootstraps. Get in the gang instead of guns, drugs, and rap. Do your own thing. You mean like Tulsa, Rosewood, I don't know, Wilmington? And when we do, we gonna burn it down. If brotherly love in Philly If we brotherly love in Philly, they're gonna make you move like move in West Philly, bombed and raised. Mama feared for my life because brains get you killed in corporate, and even though I had ups on the basketball court, my life would still come up short in the court where they asked Judge Jackson, "What is a woman?" The ball courts were filled with Reagan's crack rocks and G Money shooting wicked jump shots. This ain't the NBA or plan to me, who said bullets don't have a name. NRA sounds like a brand to me. And Mama used to say, "Take your time, young man. Earn your stripes in the Harvey Specter suit. I got you like a gotcha. Move beyond. Getting biggie with it. Cause wherever I go, my crew is true to swarm. Got stripes in New York like Yankee uniforms. And I'm the yogi, like Vera, the alchemist. Take me out to the ball game. She bought me tickets to see Michael at the Garden. Sometimes I dream Rakim is me rhyming at the Garden. The outreach don't work if the residents don't plant the seeds in their own community garden. Sometimes you got to pretend to be weak to survive the system, or they come for your knees like Tanya Harding. They make blacks feel bad for being smart, like history makes their kids feel for making a killing from all the colored people that their ancestors killed. Well, me and LL is bad, and our resolve is bigger and deafer. Mama said, "Knock you out, no dreams, deferred." Because I'm smart. Let's get it started and love you better. I mean, you look at you in the mirror, drink water, pray, meditate for peace. I need you to self love you better. And Mama used to say, "I brought you in, I'll take you out. But right now, I need you to take out this trash because where I'm from, talking back to a thorough black mom is hot garbage." She said, "Boy, go be an artist. There are other colors to paint the town with besides gang colors. And if you don't beat the street light, well, let's just say being a bad boy in my mom's house was rather bad for your health. Let's just say a love like my mom's life is what you call radical wealth." That's that piece.
The Gardner line. The Gardner line was listen. That's like a triple entendre.
Woo.
Yeah, he said something about Gardner. He said was selling smoking cigarettes, was selling Lucy's with Gardner. Maury get on my nerves, man.
Fuck.
I promise you, his Amari's poetry will not be truly appreciated, and it's sad to say that until he's no longer here to really get the flowers that he deserved for it. The boy, he's a master in taking hip hop and blending it in with a poetical style, and then delivering it in a way that is truly unique to him. Now, there's
Absolutely.
somebody that does that now, but he does it like in a battle rap form. His name is Black Chakra, Jacob
Okay.
Mabry. He's like Amari on steroids.
Let me tell
Like
you something.
he's a yeah
Fox, like
problem.
you said, he's bringing the hip hop, he's bringing the culture, the what's going on in community, actual modern day reliving it history. You listen to him, he's like an educator on the mic, and literally he is. So a lot of people giving you love out here. We got Lady Q out here giving you a whole lot of snaps. Also, we got Georgia Nubia, fire, absolutely. Fox is a bad boy. He knows it. He knows it. He knows it.
Shout out
Man,
to Georgia Nubia.
all right, respect
That's
still.
Charleston. That's Charleston. So you
Okay.
got Augusta and St. Jules, you got Charleston and Georgia Nubia. You got Atlanta and Dope. Like, yeah, you see, we all over the place, man. It's good. It's
Yeah.
good, man. I surround and circle. Yeah, we this Savannah, Atlanta, Georgia, Charleston, Augusta, Charlotte, Raleigh. You know what I'm saying? Wilmington, like all of these, Greenville,
Mhm.
all these areas need to be like one connected circle. Like we need to just make sure this side of is connected so much more. Florence, anywhere where there's poetry, Myrtle Beach, because there's poetry there too.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like, until we get the connection out there, we don't know it. Like, you know what I'm saying? There should be things. Matter of fact, I'm trying to do something where we can all go to the beach and have just a retreat. I want to maybe do that. That might be one of my shows for us to do the poetry because Mari do them all the time. He be
Yeah,
all in the mountains.
he
he
was just
he be out there.
Washington.
Yeah, he be out there skipping rocks somewhere. He be everywhere. But yeah, let's. I think we really need to do something like that. Just get away
Right.
for at least a weekend or something, and just eat, sleep, breathe, and just build and write
Bill Writers Retreat. Yeah,
and expound and create ideas and be like, let me bounce this idea off you, and then what you think about this? How can it get better? Because that's the
mhm,
whole point of us coming together is for us to get better. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Now,
No,
what hear this. I want you to because open mic poetry is one thing, and I always influence people of every level. If they just want to get on that mic, that's what open mics are for. You get to test some pieces out. You get to feel yourself. You get to find your voice and find your cadence and see, okay, if this poem works, how can this poem work? What do I need to change? Give it a little more zhuzh, whatever I need to do. And a lot of the times with open mics, we'll get those people. I don't know if this happens to you, but I'll get some people who haven't been on the mic before, and then they're afraid to get on the mic because somebody like a Bugsy come on the mic and he blowing it, out the ceiling. Amari come and get on the mic, But if it's an open mic environment, I want to encourage people to think about not think about that, but what is your suggestion? How do you allow like those versions to the mic to understand that, you know, that's what open mic is about. You're in a
it's
spot
all
where
it's all in the facilitation of the host. You as the host have to explain to people like if I'm coming, I'm not coming to play with nobody. I'm not allowing the time that I have allowed it on the stage to be wasted to not give you the heater. You know what I'm saying? But if you're coming and you're coming to work something out and this your first time, there's no competition. This is just a collaboration. All of it works in together.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That like I at one point in time between Unusual Suspects and Now Tribe, I was going with X-Men of Poetry.
Mhm,
I actually did two shows. I did one in Atlanta with She Robinson and TJ Nicole, and then I did one in Augusta with Sleepy Eyes Carter, and it was bittersweet. It was Tavis Brunson, and it had Tamika Staley. So the whole premise about X-Men of Poetry is we're all mutants in a way. We're
mhm.
all weird. We all have our quirks. We all have our ways, and nobody is better than anybody, no matter what level of poetry you at.
Mhm.
I know back in the days like 97 when they used to have the X-Men and the X-Men come out and they used to make Jubilee seem so weak. She had the little sparkles, right? But she wasn't as powerful as Rogue or as powerful as Storm as they portrayed her to be. But she was still yet finding her powers.
Right.
Same difference with poetry. You don't know how powerful you can be until you study and work towards growing your power and finding your voice
Yeah.
and finding your style. So when you come up here with virgining legs and virgining poets and virgin poetry, and when I first started doing poetry, I was like, how was that? Like the first poems that I recited to my poetry father, his name is Edwin Drew. He's the man who lived next door to me. His nickname was Putty, and he used to always tell me about how his disdain of Jessica Care Moore because he came up under the last poets and Mayor Baraka and all them, and he didn't really particularly care for Jessica Care Moore, but I love Jessica Care Moore because Jessica Care Moore was like to me one of the first spoken word poets. She went and shut down
Apollo.
with doing poetry, but yeah. So my thing is, it's like getting on stage with Ed Mabry, The Sign, Blues, any of those names, Georgia Me, Tommy Bottoms, uh, Abyss. You think I care they was on Deaf Poetry? I don't. Do you think I care that Georgia Me got set the Tonys and the Oscar and the And I don't care what you got. I don't care what you bring. I know what I came to do.
Right.
So it works in two different ways. The same way as a baby poet or someone who has something to say, because they gotta remember we got something to say.
There you
At the
go.
end of the day, we all got something to say.
Right? We got
Eh,
Amari here who says there's a lane for everyone now. Nobody gonna lose if someone else wins. A lot of choir, but more new listeners and fans are growing. And I agree with that. You know, I feel like, and I mean, it's the same thing that you're saying, we're all saying. I feel like, especially for the South, we need to like somehow cultivate, and I feel like we're living in it, we just haven't organized it ourselves, a Southern Renaissance. You know what I'm saying? I
I,
feel that so
I I
deeply.
feel. I mean, there's a lot of unorganization in as everything as it comes to anything and everything we have going on, not including what we are as artists and
Mhm.
poets. Because if we truly come together and do what we're supposed to do, then we will all reap the rewards of having stages, having places, being able to be compensated
Mhm.
appropriately. You know, a lot of us do this as a labor of love.
Absolutely.
I've been to a lot of places and done shows for the I've done more for the free than I've done for the fee,
Free
and I'm
man.
grateful and I'm blessed. Yeah, I'm grateful and blessed for the ones I came up and I did for the fee, but sometimes the ones for the free be even more so rewarding.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I got another
But the
comment.
opportunity, go ahead.
Yeah, I got another comment here. Lady Q here. She does some poetry as well. She says, I think people have to be comfortable with where they are, how they write, and what they write. I know I'm no Tanya, Bugsy, nor Amari, and my pieces aren't going to be lengthy or command all of the oohs and ahs from the crowd, but I'm still gonna get on the mic. And she does. It
And you
listen,
still got something to say.
thank you.
That's the thing. You still got something to say.
Always have
I
something.
encourage anybody who got something to say it.
All right. I
Say it
see we
with
got
your whole heart.
say it with your whole heart. I see Fox wrote his comment up here. Fox, why don't you just say that yourself? Unmute yourself. But he says cigarettes will kill you, but selling Lucy's will get you murdered. Generational curses from our karma from father to daughter. Erica Garner is dead. That
Hmm.
boy cold. Fox, what you be thinking about, man, when you writing? Really? Unmute yourself, man.
I think I've been writing the same poem for 25 years. And it's
Lies.
no matter how even my love poems, like there's always some, screw Reagan, he gave us crack. It's like my mind just always goes to that. Something Chuck D said that kind of stayed with me when I was a kid. He said PE's goal was to create 5,000 black leaders, to succeed them. So I'll say that I'm one of the 5,000.
Wow.
Um, my thing is like, I actually don't think you have to live like what you talk about. I think you should be responsible for what you talk about, though.
Woo.
And
Say that again.
just I'd lost, like whether it's gangster or whatever it is, we should have permission to use our imagination. I
Mhm.
think for us, my problem is just the industry agenda to put a certain kind of content out is my problem with like this whole D1 conversation right now. But it's really, to me, an executive kind of decision to steer the content that way. Like Cube said, all of these label people are also prison people, so they have
Mm.
like an agenda to have black people, portrayed and have that kind of vibration.
Society
But
wants to invade.
yeah, damn.
Society wants to
But
invade.
but we I grew up on G rap, And at no point was I ever gonna go out in the community and do like what he said in the rhyme. And I never, even if I saw him, I wouldn't be like, yo, that's G Rap, this, that, and the fifth. I always thought he was like the Martin Scorsese of lyrics, and I know he did his thing, Corona and Queens and this and that. But I think he took it to a creative level where I could appreciate it artistically and, go outside and try to have some sense of the world. But I say that to say, just for me, there was like a moment where I didn't have any movement to my politics and my poems, and I wanted to match what I said in movement, and I always fall back to the story. Young man named Philip Lee got killed when I was in Benedict, like the year 2000 sometime. And I met his mom and everything. I did a poem called Hug Life, and everybody kind of, you know, semi appointed me like the black leader on the campus. And I wanted to match, like I purposely wanted to match what I was saying. But I also think that there's levels to it. I think you can just be creative and not necessarily have to go out to a protest or this or that.
And
Like,
carry the mantle, yeah,
yeah,
right.
so that's just more of
Because
like
I'm
a
not for running up in a bunch of protests myself. I'll be honest with you,
yeah. So I
because
think too,
it don't get done from the bottom, yelling to the top. It gets done from the top, changing the narrative, and then so the people from the bottom can meet you where they at when you need the foot soldiers. Yeah,
absolutely, yeah,
you
man.
gotta take some of these suits out of there and get some Timberlands. Shout out to Tamika Isaac Devine, because I know she won. In my heart of hearts, I know she
Oh
won.
yeah, we'll talk.
I hope
Yeah.
she won state senate. Shout out to Tamika Isaac Devine.
Respect. All right, guys, listen. Appreciate you, Amari. Always good to have you. Always, always good to have Fox in the house. It is the Poets House Live, and we have been blessed. It is our honor to have Bugsy Calhoun in here with us. If you don't know, now you know. Bugsy, you got some things going on. You got some things coming up that you want to let people know about.
Say again.
You got some things you want to let people know that you got coming up. Any slam things going
Well,
on? Any
well, I know January 20th we have the jam session at the House of Hathor here in Columbia, South Carolina, 6319 North Main, with featuring John Thomas, formerly known as the poet named Wonder of New Danger. We also have Country Tom Jones. So we have two featured artists, and they will be featuring. Plus, we have an open mic and a forum where we'll be talking about what is your goals for the new year. So if we get into the conversation of the forum and the poetry doesn't take long, then we'll be like, what's our goals for the new year?
right?
We also have another open mic February 17th as well, where I have two poets from Augusta, Georgia, where I have Jaquan Brooks and Good Vibes.
Okay,
Anything else will be on the jam session page, or we'll be announcing it as it goes. I'm really trying to take my time with putting events out this year,
right.
so when we do, the impact will be a little harder.
Respect, man. Well, I tell you what, I don't know how it happened, but it seems to always happen. Like that hour just escaped us. Seemed like we just got on and seemed like we just started talking, but it was a great conversation. I always love politicking with you, talking to you, talking about this art, putting people on. Poets talk. Poets talk, and we got to do this thing again.
I'm with it. I appreciate you for real. Thank you so very much.
All right, man. Thank you. All right, y'all. That's all I got for you. The Poets House Live. I'm going to let you know that coming up next week on January 9th, we will have Ed Mowbray in the house with us. Another great poet. Gonna have another great conversation because, like you always know, you come for the poetry. You might go to open mics, you might like slam poetry, you like the spoken word, but hear a little bit behind, hear what's going on behind the poetry, hear what's going on in the poet's life. And that's what we're doing. All right. So until the next time, make this night your best time. Feel your blessings. Be appreciative for everything. Happy New Year to everybody out here, and support your local artists and your local poets. All right. One love, y'all. Be getting on out of here.